There's the audio. There's the audio. There's the sound check. What a night. What a night. Let's get going. Yeah, I know. It was mute there for a second. It was. You should hear it now just fine. You should hear it. You should hear it okay. No beard? No beard. I should have had it. I should have had it. Lip reading. Dakota, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, I had a decision to make. I had a family urgent thing I needed to take care of. I also went to the doctor. Yeah, I got my shit rocked. I went to the doctor on that, and I reached out to the team, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it. But I'm not canceling. I'm a trader. I'm not going to cancel slow markets. I'll rather push it, and here we are. I absolutely love what I do. That's why I'm still here. So no cancel. I'm here. No, I don't have COVID. Not have COVID, but I thought I busted up my jaw pretty bad, and then also, like I said, I had to take care of some family things. Yeah, showing up. Hey, I love this. I love trading. I'm a trader. I'm going to look at these markets anyway. Might as well, do it with you guys here in the chat, and might as well have a class about it, right? Because I'm going to be looking and trading as soon as I got home. I showered, and I pulled up the charts, and I'm like, screw it. We're going to do this. We're doing this tonight. So let's get going. Let's get going, shall we? Yeah, not COVID. Just yeah, family things and a messed up jaw. I got, yeah. Beard is greater than no beard. Yeah. I know. I feel cleaner without a beard. All right, a beard is itchy and maintenance, and yeah. Boxing is a recreational activity. It's not recreational. I'm going to try and get 10 fights in this year. We'll see. Crazy thing is, like, after they're like, yeah, how old are you, man? I'm like, 32. And they're like, dang, I thought you were like 25. I'm like, I don't feel 25. So let's get started. We have it's a little late. But let's see what these markets are doing. Markets are moving anyway. Let's go through. There's our Topstep risk disclosure. As always, in the YouTube chat, there's our Topstep risk disclosure. Everything I say and go over is for educational purpose only. It's not signals class. It's not financial advice. We go through it every single night. So let's get to these markets on the daily chart. The rapid fire. If I slow down my talking, it's because my jaw hurts. Let's look at this daily chart on the NASDAQ. I mean, we've had one heck of a sell-off this past week or so. We're down 8%. It's been a decent sell-off. We're trying to break this range. This is a bigger range. If we look at these lows, you could see big low October 10th, big low in November. Is this the big low here in February? Are we going to see a bounce? Off this? You can see there was a major resistance back in August. So curious if we can see some buyers coming in. We had Amazon earnings. After the bell. Let me just take a look at what that's doing. It needs to refresh. Come on. All right. Oh, damn. Amazon took a hit. Down 10%. Amazon's down 10% on the earnings. They must have got smacked on the earnings. It's at 201. So NASDAQ's down 0.4. So it's not as bad as it could have been, with Amazon being down almost 10% and NASDAQ only down 0.4. Could be worse. Looking at what's going on in these markets, Google's down 1%. The rest is kind of break even, a little bit up. But dang, we got silver down 6%. I did place a trade on silver earlier. I bet if we get to 500 likes, I'll review the trade. I posted it on social media. I'll do the tag hashtag slow markets. But yeah, gold and silver is still just insane amount of volatility. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Silver was down at $65 an ounce just tonight, and we're back up to 73. Yeah, that is just unbelievable levels of volatility. Insane. So there's the NASDAQ on the daily, looking to see, are we going to have a bounce, or if we start to break through this, let's take it a little bit more of a top-down analysis, and we'll get some questions. I'll go through the chat in a minute, but look at this level. If we start to break through these major support and have a deeper sell-off, I mean, can we see 23,500s? 23,500s? Maybe. I don't know. That could get a little bit scary. Let's zoom in on an hourly chart. Hourly chart. I mean, it's pretty clear, right? Pretty clear when it comes to the trend. Here's the lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We made a lower high today, and then we're making lower lows, lower lows. And man, maybe we made one here tonight. We're bouncing off 24,200s. And just waiting for cleaner price action. One thing I'm noticing already is as we start to zoom in, we have the major level of support right here. Maybe is this support going to become resistant? So far, we're seeing a little bit of resistance here in the NASDAQ. I mean, it's down 0.4, 0.5%. This is zooming in. Let's zoom in a little bit more on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, you could see, I mean, dang, this market volatility even in the NASDAQ, right? You just watching, if you tune into fast markets, we were looking for a breakdown of this level, like right here, and then we just got ripped, right? Market ripped up higher, and it looks like through the rest of the day, I mean, these are not small moves. It might look small because the candlesticks, right? But these are not small moves here in the NASDAQ. That's, 170 points, and so straight up, right back down, right back up, right back down. So these are some big moves. Even tonight, like that is quite the decent sized move. 220 points here in the NASDAQ during slow markets is not a small move at all. So we're seeing volatility in the NASDAQ. Let's do the same top-down analysis on gold, then silver, and then I'll get to those questions that you have in the chat. Let's just do the hourly on silver. Hourly on silver. Man, what a volatile market. Yeah, look, we got all the way down to 46.72 in gold, like ripped up, 4%. This is not normal. This is still not normal markets here in gold. We had that nice support level, it looks like, throughout the day. Broke it. We're trying to recover that, so maybe we can make a push back up to 4,900. Maybe we can make a push up to 4,900. That seems to be like a nice support resistance level. I'm not seeing too much on the hourly chart. Just maybe waiting for better price structure. Tonight's a little off, right? Because it's late. It's a little late night special here in slow markets. So we don't have the timings of like the top of the hour market open or any of that. So it's a little late. It's a little on the late side. You can see on the 5-minute chart, there could have been some good opportunities, right? Higher low, with a nice little break through that pivot. And then the continuation, maybe we're seeing this, right? There's actually a nice level of support here at this 48.30s. You can see how well this held up during the New York session, and even in the afternoon. Yeah, so maybe what we're seeing is we broke out of that. We had a nice pullback, and we're holding these 820s again. So can we see a continuation up higher? I'm kind of leaning that way, honestly. I'm kind of leaning that we're going to see continuation, maybe a little bit of buying, stepping here on gold, unless we fell and break through these 48.25s. And then last but not least, let's take a look at silver. Just kind of a top-down analysis. This is the one that's just insane. You want to see, look at this. 63 all the way up to $9 move, 73. So 14%. Let's let sink in. 14% in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then once again, I mean, look at this sell-off. That's 17% sell-off. So 17% followed by a 14% rally. Just absolutely insane, the levels of volatility tonight. So let's get this music going, and then I'm gonna be trading. I'm gonna switch over to some micro gold, see how that is. Get to some of the questions in the chat, and then we'll go from there. All right, nuts. It's nuts. You can trade metals, just micros. Yeah, you can trade metals. What's am I missing something here? I know Topstep, like I said, pay attention to like any of the official stuff. Like you got to pay attention to the official stuff. There's this, right? This is important. Oh, it's bright. It's so bright. This is important, right? During times of high volatility, I mean, we just watched silver move 14% just tonight. Go through, read this. If I could just copy paste this maybe in the YouTube chat. But this is important to understand as a trader, and it's not just with, say, a prop firm like Topstep. It's also brokers, right? If you have your regular broker that you have your personal account through, they bump up margin, right? They'll bump up margin in a way, but yeah, you could still trade. It looks like it's been reduced. 2 micros for 50K, 4 micros for 100K, 150 micro or 150K, 6 micros. Honestly, with the volatility that we're seeing in like silver and gold, I mean, I don't trade that big of position size anyway. I'm not going to get up to 6 micros trading gold or silver. You don't see that. To be honest, I don't think these are going to last forever. It's during times of high volatility. I mean, I get a message from my personal broker all the time talking about margin, especially when the silver was going crazy, right? Bumping up margin. But go through, read that. I think that's pretty standard. I've been through a few different high volatility times. Nothing like this in gold and silver, but that's absolutely insane. And it looks like, yeah, there's a couple more. Like I said, if you're following Topstep support and Topstep's social media email, like just go through that. Like I said, I'm a trader here and a coach. If you have questions when it comes to that, there you go. Bruno, take a look at the help section. Looks like there's there you go. Another one. Today we're making price updates. So price updates, a new option. So a new option for traders, price updates, and then the risk adjustments. And yeah, that's not going to change. Like I could still trade micro gold. Nothing changes on from that edge. People are saying they can't in the 50Ks. I mean, let's see. We're going to check it out here. Let's watch. This is a micro gold and 1 micro. So any questions, like I said, and like Bruno's saying, reach out to support. I wish we could trade a half a micro. If we could trade a half a micro, maybe we get those silver nanos. I'd love to see silver nanos, and I could, I'll trade silver again with those silver nanos. So I'm watching this. Gold's kind of consolidating here around these 84s. I didn't even get the music. Do we got music? No. There we go. There we go. It lets me on the combine, but not my XFA. Like I said, just reach out. Like I said, I'm a trader and a coach, everyone. So, gotta chill out. We're trading here. And I'm not going to be nice tonight. Any drama, you're getting either timed out or, yeah. My white sweatshirt, yeah, threw this on. Just threw this on, got home, showered, and threw this baby on. I will not know about the hedging. I don't have the details on any of the hedging stuff. Appreciate the stream. Yeah, you know what? I'm here for the community. I like with what I was going, like everything today, I was faced with a decision. Do I just cancel slow markets or do I show up? And I literally messaged the team. I said, hey, I'm going to be trading tonight anyway, so I'm just going to show up. I'm going to trade and go on stream. So I'm doing this for the community, just coming on, trading, showing you, doing this. So any of the drama or FUD, get that shit out of here. This chat's going crazy. You guys are going crazy tonight. No, I did not break my jaw. I heard it. It hurts. Yeah. Headgear doesn't help that as well. Like I said, it was just been a heck of a day. It was one thing after another. It was like some family stuff, and this. So it was like a 2-for-1. It was a 2-for-1. And so I'm like, no, I need to get on my slow markets and trade. And sometimes, honestly, trading and hanging out with the community is a little bit of a stress reliever. Stress relief. You have broke yours before? It's not broken. It's just sore. Like, I can't close my... Like, when I bite down, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Greetings for London. Welcome for London. Relax time. Yeah, we're gonna relax. We're chilling. Yeah, boxing's not a joke. You think everyone who watches it, it's not just some fun sport you get to play. You're fighting. So whenever I see drama, it's like, oh, box me, get in the ring. You don't know what you're in for. Thank you for showing up. Always. You're short the silver micros. I'm just going to trail it. Okay. Soup for you. Avoid the corn dogs. Yeah. No, I'm not getting any elbows. No elbows. Watching just gold consolidate here. Now, I'm not expecting too much, right? Because we got to have realistic expectations. You know, this being after the main slow markets. And, you know, we had that nice volatility during peak slow market hours, which is, I don't know, is that what we say? Like, you know, the Asian session open, peak slow market hours, you know, right in this area. And now we're kind of like the after. And so we're not going to have as big of moves. I mean, we normally, maybe we do. Typically, we wouldn't see too much volatility after that. So, yeah, you can see there's the open. There's some of that volatility. It's like there's some good opportunities there. Good opportunities. And I did get a pretty nice trade. Pretty nice trade in the Percy. So let's get this done. If we get to 500 likes, it's pretty simple. I'll go ahead and whip out the Percy and show you. I'll review that trade. All right. If we get to 500 likes, I'll review that trade. In the meantime, go ahead and tag me. Hashtag slow markets if you've traded tonight. If you have a good setup, if you have something you like, just tag me. I'll review it. Just normal show. Just normal show. Just different time. Different markets. And there is the Instagram. Yeah, Percy reveal at 500. And person, what am I gonna win? It's just the personal account. All right, I'm trading this, trading that. I always get the question, Dakota, do you trade any differently in your personal account than you do at your prop firm, like your prop account? And I say no, it's the same trades. The only thing different is maybe the risk management, right? In terms of size, because, you know, different size, different strategy, like, it's just different. All right. But the setup, the technical setup, right? The DBA concepts, you know, breakouts, technical analysis. Yeah, it's the same. We don't see your balance? Well, 4,000 likes. Maybe I'll show you. Maybe I'll show you. If my balance is important to you, you are in the wrong stream. I've showed it before. You do the math. I show it all the time. It's more about the process, showing the execution, showing the P&L. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I better watch what I say. Come on, this is a late night special. What's my balance, chat? Is company policy? Is what? Solve for X. Thank you, Val. Val Sturino. Yeah, I could have easily been just like sleeping right now. I just getting some food and watching Netflix, but I told him, I'm like, no. I need my slow markets class. I need my slow markets here. Let's say I have 4 million in my 50K XFA. You can probably trade that. Why would I? If I had 4 million in my 50K XFA, that'd be insane. Mandy was on fire today. Hiding the balance. All coaches do it. No, nope. You gotta do your own due diligence. You want to know what's funny though? There's a lot of FUD out there. When I'll positive vibes actually. I'm not gonna stir the drama, but just remember, people that are talking the shit, understand what their motives are. Understand what their motives are. Like, oh, why is this person talking negative? They're paid by this person, this company. They have motivation, right? They want clicks, they want views, they want that FUD. Just do your own research, focus on your own trading, and stay out of all the drama. Trust me. Can you explain the 40% payout rule? Well, that's the new option, it looks like. The new option. Like I said, there's the help center. Follow around. Ooh, seeing some good hashtag slow markets already too. Hashtag slow markets. I'll get to them. Don't worry. I'll get to them. Fear, uncertainty, despair. It sounds like it's just an option. Relax. It's my understanding. It's an option. I think traders were doing the same thing. If you don't like, there's. Let's see. I'm just double checking. Let me just double check. I don't want to misspeak. That's why I'll rely on my man Bruno, and that's why you should always rely on just doing your own research. Let me just make sure. Make sure and confirm. Yeah, here we go. Boom. Right here. See? Look. Here's even a help center here. See? Sit here. Instead of coming in, you don't even have to ask questions or deal with the FUD. You just get it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. And take a look at the options. Go through. Do your own research. Simple, straightforward. And when I get time, I'll go through it. When I have time, I'll go through it, and then I can answer your questions. Yeah. Due diligence. That is lacking in this industry. That is a fact. We're just chilling here in the let's take a look at the micro silver. What's this doing? A little bit of a pullback, sell off, maybe. We're down 7.5% almost. 7.5%. So this was resistance. We broke out. Now we're kind of forming like another wedging pattern. So are we gonna break down? Break out? Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we're starting to break down a little bit. We're down 0.6%. It's going. We got Google down 1.3, Tesla down 1, Meta down 1.6, Broadcom up 0.4, Microsoft up 0.4, Apple, Nvidia scratch, and the big losers, Amazon down 10%. Bitcoin. Oh man, let's talk about Bitcoin. You know what I need to play for Bitcoin. This summarizes Bitcoin right here. Ready? Whoa. That got me. This one's for Bitcoin. Poor man. Oh man. Yeah, Bitcoin's just freaking taking it. Bitcoin's taking it on the chin harder than I did. That's for sure. Man, poor Bitcoin. We're now. I mean, the only thing I could see on Bitcoin, I mean, is there some support here in these 60s? There's some support August of 2 years ago. Your guys' guess is as good as mine. I don't own Bitcoin. I haven't traded Bitcoin. David says, what happened to me? I'm kind of rough. Well, like I got rocked. I got rocked, and I had a rough day. Not only that, but like I said, I was late. I had to take care of some personal things on top of getting rocked, so it was a double whammy for me today. So this is kind of my stress relief, and chilling here with the community, watching these markets. Gold breakdown, I did at the beginning of the class. Gold's bouncing. Kind of a little bit of a breakdown. I'm looking for longs on gold, to be honest. I want to get long in gold. So I think I might have missed this opportunity. I could see myself getting in right there. I coulda, shoulda. Let's watch. I want to watch this. This is where I think I could possibly get in. Yeah, I mean, it's part of it, right? I look tired. No, I'm not tired. I still have plenty of energy. Just rocked. This is a class, Spencer. You are joining Slow Markets, and I do trading live in front of you, and I answer questions, and I do demonstrations. If we get to 500 likes, I will demonstrate, or I'll show a trade that I took a little bit earlier, and I'll walk through it. GC cleared up some volume low nodes. If you had to get it wired shut, you still do slow markets, just mute. Man, if I broke my jaw, I would find a way to do slow markets. I'd type it out, right? I'd learn sign language. Sydney, Australia. Nice. Topstep's based out of Chicago. All right, let's see. I'm watching gold very closely here. I got the 5 minute on the left, 100 tick on the right. Seeing if this is going to be a higher low or if we're going to break down. So watching this very close. Okay, I'm going to get in one long, one micro. Hey, look. See, we can still trade. Looking for a higher low. And then I'm going to start to look to see if we could break through these 830s. All right, I'm going to add there. I got to be quick with it, though. Someone says, how come I'm able to trade? Everyone's able to trade, right? I mean, it's just limited position size, not trading. These are micros. Watching this closely with my finger on the close button. See how volatile this thing is. Okay, I'm going to reduce my risk. I'm going to get rid of one of them for minus 36. So I can scale out and scale back in. Okay. Just like this. Just like that. Let's see if we get that breakout now. Okay, I'm going to trail my stop loss here. I need us to break through these 32s. If we can make this be the higher high. A little bit of a fake out there. Cost me $38. Getting in, getting out. Now I need to see a breakout through these 32s to make a higher high. Right there. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay, I'm liking it. We're doing this together. There's the risk disclosure in the YouTube chat. We got good music, good tunes. All right. I don't like to see that rejection. That's not good for this. That's no bueno. You know, I'm just gonna cut it. I'm cutting it. Minus 71 on that one. I don't like that rejection, and I don't want to take the full risk. If it sets up again and we make maybe a red wedging pattern, I'll join in again. So I think we could break up to these 48.50s. Yeah, I'm gonna get back in it. I'm gonna get back in. Minus 74 on indecisiveness. I want to get in on a breakout. Down 74, not too terrible. Obviously, if I kept my stop loss there, I'd still be, this would be the very first trade. But it's just so volatile, it's easier for me to get out and back in. Do I use the Philly shell? No. You shouldn't be using a Philly shell unless you have a level of professional boxing or you have a ton of experience. And that's my opinion. All right, get through these. Target these 40s now. Just target these 40s. We got 42 ticks locked up or in so far. Yeah, we got to break through these 30s. Let's get it. Let's get some. Let's start cooking here. Come on, gold. Come on, gold. Gold not done. Come on. I need to see a nice clean breakout, and I'll move it under this pivot right here. See that nice little support? That's kind of where my entry is. Not wanting that. Come on, I want just a clean breakout for me. I'll review this trade. Don't worry, chat. I'm trading first. I'm focused. I'll review this trade in a moment. Don't worry. I don't move my trade to break even. I use like price structure. See, there's like some support right there, so I'll move my stop loss up if we can have a nice clean breakout. And then, you know, for example, there's another, maybe a pivot right there. Some nice support resistance up in this area. So that's kind of where I'd move my stop loss. I'm not going to move it directly break even just because I need to move it for a reason. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Let's keep going. Let's get through towards the 50s. I got 2 contracts, so I could close off one of them if needed. Yeah, let's just one more nice push. Push through these 40s. And I'll close one contract off. Not wanting to see that. Oh, there's a nice momentum burst. Made a nice pivot right there at 34. These markets are moving. There's 100 ticks. There's 100 ticks right there. All right, there we go. There we go. There's locked in one. Look at that. One contract made up for those loss. I have one in the money, up $100. Remember, it's the process. It's the process. See if we could get through to these 50s. And now I'm going to go ahead and move this up just a little bit. Just a little bit. You see this pivot right here? Looking at having my stop loss just beneath that. Actually, right there is probably a good spot for that. Let's keep going. Don't stop. That's zoom out a little bit for a second. I could see the 50s coming into play. This makes me nervous though. Just seeing this on the 100 tick chart. These maybe just talking out loud here, thinking through this trade. Try not to overthink too much. Just following a very basic, simple process, right? DBA concepts. Because this market could just reverse really quick. This is a decision here. Like, it's guaranteed money and risk-free. It's not the move I wanted to see. This is the last level. Let's see if it gets through this level. Yeah, green on the screen. Green on the screen no matter what. Alright, see how this level, this is a beautiful level here. That's why I like these 100 tick charts. You can see these levels pretty well. So if we hold here, then yeah, that's a very good spot for my stop loss, I think. If we break through up, 20 ticks, Yeah, not looking too hot. Not looking too hot. Some rejection right there. Maybe a head and shoulder. Is this a head and shoulder? And a breakdown. Let's hope not. Let's hope buyers could step in. Move my stop loss? You want me to risk more, Steven? This is a risk-free trade. $44. So I was down, what, 80, up 44. Nice little scalp. Nah, we might just run stops and rally, but nah, I'm good. I'm good with this volatile market. Good with this volatile market. Let's do a quick one. I'll look at some more hashtag slow markets. Silver, doing okay. Like I said, once we get to 500 likes, I'll review a bigger trade I had. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ real quick. Now, what the fuck? MNQ? Refresh. Okay. NASDAQ just kind of chopping around here. Yeah, see, I was happy. It was going to stop me out anyway. There's so many opportunities in a day. So many opportunities in a day. Did you ever... let's go. At first I just like to get in the comment a little and play, but thanks to you, I have passed more than 6 accounts. You've passed more than 6 accounts. Great work. Good. I love hearing that. Watch that 48.20 level. Well, we're holding. I like the longs in gold. This might be a nice, is this the flagging pattern? Rally, flag, look for a continuation. Technicals, DBA concepts, this is always there. These are technicals that's been around for before I was born. They're not new. Rally, base, rally, I heard some people call it. It's just a rally. I've heard people say it's an expansion, contraction, expansion. There's so many different ones. Just technicals, support and resistance, price actions king. I joke around with DBA concepts because that's it. We got 500 likes yet. I'm gonna go through some of the hashtag slow markets. Honestly, we got some good ones. I gotta get through some of these good ones. Let's see. I take screenshots. Oh, I always have to take screenshots of your guys' good ones. Do I use Bookmap? I do not. I'm not against it. It works for some traders. If you can make it work for you, that's good. For me, I'm simple, I guess you could say, when it comes to it. I love just basic price action. Basic price action for me. We're 80 likes away before I whip it out. The trade, that is. The trade. Any news on the new issues? I have not heard of any issues that are out or that needs to be news. Like I said, I've been gone all day. I just started slow markets. So if you have any news or issues, like Bruno said in the chat, there is the Topstep help center, support, reach out. Interesting. Let's see. I show on China on YouTube said that China may purchase up to half of U.S. soybeans. Was it today or maybe yesterday? We've seen soybeans just go insane. It just jumped like crazy. I don't trade beans. There's a lot of products here at Topstep that you can trade, right? Currency, right? Currency futures. You can trade currency here. You can trade soybeans and corn and all that. Like Coach, what is it? Man, there's some great traders, coaches here with a lot of experience. But yeah, Vince is good. I don't think he trades corn. Ray, I don't think he trades corn. Hogue talks about soybeans. JD's dad, man, he's the corn trader. He's the corn star. The corn star. JD's dad. The corn star. Yeah. See, happy I got out of that trade. Lean hogs, yep. Where's my bag of frozen peas? You know, that's a good shout. I have frozen peas in my freezer at all times. Just sit it here and just sit like this while I run #slow markets. Yeah. Damn, I am pretty big here. I gotta minimize this. There goes gold. There goes gold. I don't do any private coaching. I don't have enough time to do any of that. Deanna, yeah, it's Cornstar. Jack, it's JD's dad. He's a coach. Older gentleman. I look up to him, and he's an amazing trader. Old school, very old school. Trades corn. Look at this sell off here. 48.18. Yeah, just free on YouTube. Free on YouTube. I don't need to mentor or do one-on-one. Honestly, I don't know how many people are out there on the social media that could say that the money that they make, like the majority of their money that they make comes from their trading. For 2025, I mean, that was the case. I don't know why is that so not normal for those that are actually, you know, mentoring and selling courses or any of that, that the majority of their income's not trading. Like, I've been trading. It's been my main source of income. Of course, I have a few other different sources, as we all should, but trading's been my primary income. I make more money from trading than I do anything else. And I'm not excited for taxes. I do not excited for taxes. It's tax season. Tax season's coming up on us quick. Let's take a look at silver. Silver consolidating. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. And then I'll get to some of these #slow markets. And then if we got to 500 likes, then I'll review the trade. That's a pretty nice trade. It was a little scalp. There goes NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ. What's going on here? NASDAQ down 0.7. Nvidia's turning negative. So we're scratch on Nvidia, scratch on Apple, Microsoft just up 0.3. But yeah, Amazon down 10, Google down 1.5, Tesla down 1, Meta down 1.7. Oof. Equities just under pressure. What, Dakota, what's the secret sauce to keep an account live and build it to take profit consistently? The secret sauce. Are you ready? Small size and keeping it simple. Right? Maybe I could add risk management being there. Just small size. It'll allow you to, having a daily loss limit. That's huge. Keeping it simple and managing risk. Like that's the secret sauce. I know it's been talked about everywhere, but I think the smaller size, like you see me trading micros here, $44. That's not, everyone's like, oh, you're wasting time. That's not worth my time. $44. That's not the point. You know, you sit here. The point is you're developing a process. You're trading a process. There's going to be days where you lose money. There's going to be days where you make money. There's going to be days where you scratch. My goal is for this and for this account and for me being on air is to demonstrate a process, help others, and demonstrate by doing, right? Showing this. And it's really so less stressful just following a simple process and not thinking about the dollar amounts. It is. Like, think about it. I went live here, 40 minutes ago? $44. You know, that's $44 an hour if you want to do that type of math. Some nights I'm up $700. Some nights I'm down $500. It's an average over a long period of time. Yeah. Some days, some days you see me lose money. It's the reality of trading. That's us as traders. The secret sauce is just trade small so you don't get emotional, and do it consistently. How do I deal with fake outs? You see me get faked out here a lot. Like I said, small losses, following a process. You saw me got faked out. I got faked out during the New York session. I legit sold the low of day at the time, right? If you guys were watching on fast markets, this is NASDAQ. I got on air. I legit sold right here. I was playing for a breakdown, and we did not get it. We had a nice little tick, a couple ticks right there, and then we ripped higher, like 200 points. But I closed out, right? It was like $50 loss for me. I still ended the day up like $400. So you just gotta, like I said, small size risk management. Small size risk management. Yeah, ego kills accounts. Oh, I know that for sure. Okay, we're almost at 500 likes. Okay, sweet. Let's do some of these hashtag slow markets. Let's finish getting up to 500 likes, and then I'll show you my one trade. I made $5,000 tonight though. Let's just make that. So had a nice little scalp here in the gold in this account, but before I got on air, I made $5,000 in like 5 minutes following this same process, and I'll show it to you. I break it down. I show statements. I show everything, which is still another one of those weird things why I don't see others have, like, just, why don't you show it? You say it, show it. But that's taboo in this industry, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. So Seabass trades. I like that setup. You got, those are vertical. Okay, yeah, you got 4 monitors here, 2 vertical. You got a stream deck. That's nice. I have my stream deck. I've had my stream deck here for like a year, and I need to get it. I need to get it set up. That's the one thing in my life I've procrastinated, and that's my stream deck. And then you got is this a tablet or another monitor? It looks like another little mobile monitor. Sick. I like it. I like that one. Ego. Nice. $2,000. Up 2,000. Nice. Nice. Always showing up for us. Let's go. BTFD on the TV. Look, ma, I made it. Use my biggest payout month to a solo trip to New York City, baby. That's what it's about. Absolutely love it. Using payouts. Using it for that. Another work from home day. Another slow markets. Coach Dakota, how about you? Well, it was definitely not a great day in the personal life. Good day of trading so far, but yeah, always having ups and downs. Nice this XFA. Nice. Trading it up. Hey, you know what? This is respect. A lot of people only post when they're in the green, but you know, post in losses. That's part of the game. So, and it's not even realized yet, but that's good work. I will always respect that. It's not just all green. It's never all green. If it's all green and you're always winning, something's fishy. All right. It's so funny when YouTube traders hide their live trade but show a silly broker statement. Dakota, what do you think about YouTube traders that do that? Why are they scared to show their entries? It's difficult, Richard. It's difficult. Coach Jay and I talked about it before. The pressure that comes with it, the difficulty, and embarrassment, right? It's very, very hard to trade in front of a big audience. And especially if you're trying to sell something, right? Or like have that level of ego. And this industry is so young when it comes to the community. I seen they had a big meetup in Florida. Almost everybody looked like they were in their 20s, in their like 19 to like early 20s. And so, yeah, you show up, you want to look good and show that you're an amazing trader and sell courses and sell this, or, you know, get the clicks and views. And you don't want the negativity that comes when you take a loss in front of an audience, right? Because the audience, the YouTube, and the internet does what the internet does. They talk shit when you lose a trade. Yeah, that's why I put the joke. I said, you guys, who knows the secret sauce when the pizza place outside the Pentagon, when there's a higher than normal foot traffic. Who knows that? Who knows that little indicator there? Shout out in the chat if you know. It's funny because whenever there's higher foot traffic in a pizza place outside the Pentagon, that's when maybe a strike might happen. Well, it happened with Venezuela. Venezuela? I'm always going to butcher that name. There was a spike in foot traffic, and they call it the pizza indicator. They had that same indicator in Florida. And if you follow me on the social media, you know what that indicator is. And sure enough, it was true. It was true. This is it. Look, I'll show you. It was just amazing. It worked. It wasn't a pizza, but this was it. It's the Simfluencer traffic had a big spike. Yeah, that was happening in Florida. Just a nice 2-3 day spike right there. So I don't know what that indicates. I might have to do some research. But it seems like it was correlated to that event. No, come on. That was just a joke. That's a joke. Come on. Look at the buyers stepping in right there on gold. Yeah, 11 people need to like it to get to 500. I have a cold sarcasm, yes. Yeah. 9 likes away. Ooh, we're getting there. Yeah, this industry is getting better. I'm starting to really like the futures prop space. It's starting to change for the better, right? I love it. You know, I've now been here in the industry for almost 2.5 years. You know, hand in hand with my man Coach Jay, and it was bad. Like, it was very bad when it comes to traders only trading, you know, demo accounts and taking screenshots and showing only like green stuff, like green trades. And you know, I've always been for this. I know MP's always been for this. It's just like, hey, it's about live accounts. It's like, well, we can make money however. It's like, well, okay, great. I respect it. If you're able to trade in a simulated environment and, you know, pull out money from a prop firm, that's amazing. That's great. But the ultimate goal needs to be a live account. We need to be able to be self-sufficient, be able to make it, be able to trade in live environment. The live is very difficult. And that's the ultimate goal. Now, regardless of what anyone thinks, you know, that's the freedom, right? To be able to have your own account, be able to trade from anywhere around the world, as long as you have a solid internet connection, and you don't have a boss. You don't have to worry about any company. You just have your own account and you're trading. That's the ultimate goal. Getting to a live account is the very first step. Keeping it, maintaining it, taking payouts is next. And I've said that since day one, 2 years ago. And, you know, it's nice to see the industry starting to, you know, continue to make steps in that direction. Yeah, Starleak here for the win here at the boat. Yeah, man, Kate, I remember you posting a hashtag slow markets with you trading on the boat. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. In my opinion, there is zero benefit going from sim to live with props. It's actually detrimental. Richard, you're actually wrong on that. The Topstep live account has benefits. You get your data fee paid for, and you get payout bonuses. And you could unlock 100% of your account balance that you could withdraw. You could also have daily payouts. I don't know enough about the rest to even speak on it, so do your own research. What is live? It just means you go to a live account, right? See, there's a live account. Your orders are actually hitting the order books. You're a real trader, right? Not that's why I joke with Simfluencer. You know, professional traders, someone who claims they're professional, someone who claims that they're, you know, a good trader should be trading in a live environment, like real money. If not, it's like, what are you even doing? What are you even doing? Let's take a look at, yeah, we got the NASDAQ. Oh, that was a NASDAQ. Let's take a look at gold. We got to 500 likes. Okay, I'll bring it out. There you go. Yeah, we got the nice bounce on gold. Okay, 500 likes. 3 more minutes. Let's see what. I'll share this. I'll share what I can. Okay, I'll share as much as I can on what I can. But here's, you know, I'm actually gonna just. We'll pull up silver. This was the trade. This is the trade that I took in my account, my personal account. I'm gonna break it down for you, and I'll get the exact prices because I share it. You just follow me on the social media or even Twitter. Let's see. Okay. I think I got it. I think I got it. Watch. If you're following me on Twitter, Instagram, right there's the Instagram. I'll just post it now, and so you can see it's real, and you could just follow along. I don't mind that, so let's go ahead. I could do this. We'll go slow markets for the win. Yeah, so there you go. I just posted it. And so I just want to make sure this is accurate. My entry price, this is how crazy volatile it is. So my entry price, I bought it on a breakout at 71.38. 71.38. Oh, come on. Okay, well, we'll just say there. Okay, 71.38. You know, so what I'm looking at, and I'm going to go through this in detail. What I'm looking at, let's zoom out to an hourly chart. Major sell-off, man. Silver's been just going crazy. Major sell-off. After we got a sell-off, we had a very nice 3-bar reversal on the hourly. Lots of buying stepping in. But the major setup was on the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart. There's a flagging pattern, and we know when silver runs, silver are the metals, when they run, you don't want to get in front of them, right? So we're making higher lows, right? Look at this nice higher lows, beautiful trend. And it was basically turning into a nice wedging pattern right there. So I got in at 71.37. It was a stop order, right? Buy stop. You've seen how I did that before. And over here on this 100 tick chart, right? It's ugly. We'll pull this out on the 100 tick chart. So what was it? 71.38. 71.38 was one of them. 71.38. 8. So I got in right there. Got in right there. My stop loss was right at this low. And we broke out. Took some heat on it. I took some heat. This is just one mini, which is insane. $1, like a $1 move from 71 to 72. That's $5,000 on a mini. That's how volatile it is and how crazy it could be. So got in on the breakout there. We pulled back. Obviously, whenever you're in drawdown, yeah. But my take profit was at 72.50. Yeah, I got 72.50 right on the dot. So I got out there. So I did leave some on the table, obviously, but 72.50 on this, just this quick scalp. So it was just from there to there. There's a 1-to-1, very basic. I like this tool. Let's try this one. Yeah, right there. That was the trade. Just a nice breakout trade. I actually had a little bit more risk than I did reward. I had more risk than I did reward. I know I moved my stop loss up quick. I moved my stop loss to here quick. And then after we had that pivot, I moved it up to this one. So I moved my stop loss the same way that you seen me do on that gold trade. I moved it to there, just managing risk. But actually, this was not a 1-to-1. This is a little less than a 1-to-1. But then I managed, moving the stop loss. But yeah, $5,900. $5,900. I mean, you could do the math. The volatility is insane. Same way you see me trade each and every night. I mean, just technicals. There's nothing complicated. It wasn't like an indicator. That was it. Like that really was it. Just a nice pattern recognition and a breakout to the long side. I mean, you could draw a wedging formation. You could draw whatever you want, but it's just higher lows equal highs, a breakout trade. When metals start going, it's hard to step in front of them, and so you get in with them. A breakout trade. Now, it's not going to work 100% of the time, right? Technicals are technicals. Pattern recognition, nothing works 100% of the time. It's, like I said, the secret sauce is trading small relative to your account size, right? This is that. Well, I just showed you one mini. It's my personal account. I have bigger risk. Like I have different risk parameters than I do this account. Micro, mini, it doesn't really matter in terms of just the process, right? Obviously, we're seeing some crazy volatility, so it makes sense for a company to, hey, I have an increased margin. Margin on silver right now on my personal is like $104,000. And look at that V-shape. Look at that V-shape right there on gold. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that made sense. And so it's another thing. I love trading. And that was like, what, 5 minutes? I don't know. That was maybe a little more than 5 minutes. A couple minutes. You see me trade big? Yeah, I try and show as much as I can if I believe it's going to help the community. If it helps traders, that's my goal. That is absolutely my goal. Whenever I post stuff like this and he's like, oh, you're just bragging about your profit. I'm like, no, that's not the point. I want to be able to show traders what's possible. I want to be able to, motivate and maybe explain the difference and explain these different setups, these strategies, what's going through my mind, DBA concepts, right? So you only take one trade to gain 43,000. No, that was $5,000. There's some trades that are bigger, some trades that are smaller. It's all relative. The dollar amount is relative, but the process should be the same. Okay, the dollar amount is just relative based off position sizing. The process should be exactly the same, whether it's with 1 micro or 10 minis. It should be a very, very similar process. If you guys were tuning in with Coach Jay and I, we talked about it. We talked about it where it was Coach Jay made $100,000 in his XFA, and I asked him. I said, and if you were here last night, he talked about it. If not, it was recorded, so you could go back and watch the recording. It was at the beginning of class, but Yeah, the only thing he really changed last year from this year to help him make $100,000 in his XFA was his mentality, right? The psychological side. He's trading the same strategy, the same process, but psychologically something's changed. Whether it's like he's maybe, trusting his process a little bit more, like he said, just letting the trades play out and run. It's been it's a nice thing to see, because I've been working with Coach Jay for 2 years, and I know he does really well. And he, just like everybody else, myself included, we have our ups and downs psychologically, and you struggle, you go back to a simulated environment. I've done it twice. I'm probably going to do it again. It's just a matter of when. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm 29, been trading a year. A lot of what I've learned is from Topstep. I appreciate the knowledge you give. Appreciate you, Big Smoke. Over 100K. Nice. Comment deleted. Well, yeah, because you said something that you shouldn't be saying. A mental state has changed. I'm going crazy with adding this year. It's weird. I have zero care. Mental state, Richard. More trading, less typing. You found focus. Yeah. And adjusting to being on air maybe, and focusing. It could be something very small too. Definitely. Last year I was timid about adding. 2 pizzas, hot and ready. That's how they say it. We all have life outside the market. Yeah, we do. We all have life outside the market. You should be able to trade 50Ks, right? You could trade. There's that Help Center article that said that you trade micros, just a smaller size. You already told the secret of trading. I'm going to get into a breakout long here, though. I'm going to see if we could play for a breakout here to the long side. And I'm going to add to it with a buy stop. I'll be risking 121. And then if we break out, let's not fake out. Let's break out here. Do I add at 45? I'm looking for a gold to retest these 50s. I like this double bottom. Higher low, double bottom. Lots of resistance right here at these 44s. I'm going to tighten that stop up a little bit. Let's see what we can do here. Longer session today? No, just a later session. A later session. Like I said, I had a couple things I had to take care of first. XFA metals are restricted completely. It shouldn't be. There's that help article that Bruno has posted. Do I remember the secret? What's the secret, Chadwick? What's the secret to trading? Let's see if we could get into a good trade here in gold. Let's see if we could get it. I want to see 48.50s. 48.55, maybe retest some of these highs. Remember, this is not the normal time for slow markets. Do you see my messages? I could see your messages. Lefty Shooter says, I'm in a 50K XFA and currently running silver. Yeah. And we're paying bills here. I got a doctor's bill to pay. We're paying for doctors tonight. Doctor bill. I should have waited for the confirmation on the breakout. We'll see. We'll see if we're going to hold here again on gold. I'm going to move because I don't mind getting in if we break through that. Set up a poll. Let's see. Being a little preemptive here. Okay, I'm being a little preemptive here. All right, triggered into a second contract. We'll see. Sometimes being preemptive leads to a lower probability trade, but better pricing. So I got a little bit better pricing. I'm getting in at 42.5 instead of like 45, but the probability is lower. So let's see. Lower probability. But better risk reward. I'm looking for those 50s. Yeah, let's see how this one works out. Rip says don't get attached to trading metals. Do you agree? I agree to an extent. Yeah. Yep. Markets change. All right, let's get this breakout going. I'm risking 228 on this trade. A little too intense. I gotta find a good song here. Was that not adding to a loser? No, it was a buy stop. It was adding when the market was going. I mean, technically it was in the red, right? But I wasn't adding while it was going against me. You know, this is not a bad song. Yeah, no. No. What's the difference? Still learning. To me, adding to a loser is if we start to sell off, you're just adding, even if it goes past your, like, instead of having a stop loss here, you're like, oh, I'm gonna move it and then I'm gonna add. That's adding to a loser in my opinion. But this, I have a stop loss, I have a set risk, I have a set position that I want to be in, and if it breaks down, I'm just out. Like, that's my point of invalidation. This trade is no longer valid if we break through this. And if we don't go, I might just get out of this. We're just kind of going sideways here on gold. How come I'm on so late? Well, I replayed this a few times. But like I said, had a few personal things I had to take care of. I myself got rocked boxing today as well. So it was a double whammy for me. And I didn't want to cancel slow markets. I reached out to the team and I said, hey, I don't want to cancel slow markets. Just, I enjoyed it too much that I don't mind starting it a little bit later. So here I am. Not looking good. What's not looking good? If it's not looking good, close your eyes. Yeah, the stream started at 10 p.m., but it's not consistent. And I give a reason, right? I'm never wrong, just early. Yeah. If I get stopped out, I'm not wrong. I was just a little early. I bought the high. I should have used a buy stop. But this trades, it's not over till it's over, okay? It's not over until it's over. Don't stress out. It's not looking good. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I'll tell you to open it if it does start to go up. I'm a trader from an island. Every penny matters. Every penny matters. I got my butt kicked before trading, and I'm in the red. Yeah. What a day. What a day. But I did make... Yeah, I'm in the red on this account, alright? This is the account that matters. Man, what a song. What a song. Yeah, like I said, if it's looking ugly, just close your eyes and I'll tell you if it starts to go in green. Then you can open your eyes, okay? American Trader, that is wrong. Or no. Over the fence garage. That is a false statement. It says Dakota is a Topstep employee. I am not. So, sorry, I'm not an employee. I'm a partner. I'm a trader. And here, you want to know something interesting? I know as much as everybody in the chat knows. I know as much as everybody in the chat knows. No bottom wick on this 15 minute? We're going to find out. We're going to see. I'm looking for a breakout here. No, I don't have inside information. Sorry. No inside information from me. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. Okay, everybody. Those who have their eyes closed can now open them. Okay. Because now it's looking good. Now it's looking good. Close them now. Close them. Oh, now open them again. Yeah, yep, just follow, just listen to my, yeah, just you keep them open right now. Fake out, big trend line down, coming down. We're gonna see. We're gonna see here. This is when I flatten because I'm all freaked out. Close your eyes now. Close your eyes. It's going against us. Going against me, not us. Remember, there's our risk disclosure as always. Oh yeah, just close them. Keep them closed. NQ shortfall already. Let's look at the market. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, NQ's. Yeah, equities are under pressure. Amazon had earnings at the bell. We're down 10% in Amazon, 1.5% in Google, 1.25% in Tesla, 2% in Meta. Yeah, equities just under pressure. Bitcoin's had one heck of a sell-off. Bitcoin's spot is at 64,000. Wow, Bitcoin's at 64,700. Yeah, those saying it's looking ugly, just yeah, close your eyes. You might just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Oh no, I gotta get the song ready. Oh man, do I have to get the song ready? Yeah, we gotta get. Oh no, don't play it yet. Don't play it yet. No, right. Let's just. Let's just get out of it. Let's get out of it. Take a $95 loss. Okay, this is how I feel now. Here we go. I could play it now.
Whoa. That got it.
And summarize my day. That's my day, chat. That's my day. All right. Well, live another day. I made 5,000 in the Percy. Minus 95 here. Tomorrow's a new day. Always new day. Always new opportunity. There's always going to be ups and downs, even outside of trading. So let's go through. Tomorrow's already Friday. Tomorrow is already Friday. What a time just goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. Friday, I will be on bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm going to be there for the market open. I'll be there for the market open. It's Friday. Seeing lots of volatility in these markets. Like I said, earnings. No non-farm, right? No non-farm. They pushed non-farm till next week, which, yeah, frustrating. But we have a Fed speaker and volatility to finish the week. Yep, that's it. Take care, everybody, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. If not, then Sunday night, normal schedule. This was just a one-off. Take care, everybody. See you then.